Music to me is something innate. It's a fuel for my day. It's a way for me to connect with God. It's something so within the core of me that sometimes it's difficult to explain. But I know I love it, and I know I respond well to it. There are a couple times in my life where I remember hearing hip-hop music and falling in love, right? These touchstone points. So for me, because of my innate connection with the rhythm, hip-hop becomes something that I have to do. So my career took an interesting path. I was still in school when I released my demo, and the demo was called The Runaway Speaks. And I guess the first thing I did in that was adopt a moniker. It was always, The Runaway comes from a conversation I had with an American friend who would tease me as a Canadian for running away in global conflict. As Canadians, we never engage in battle compared to Americans. That got a lot of traction in my community, and there was a lot of interest from people from the church I was going to people in the music community. I was getting shows off of a demo. I was meeting musicians off of a demo. I was really surprised for something that now would be seen as a real minute effort. There was a lot of heart in it, and the money that I was able to make from selling the demo, I was able to put towards recording an album. Yeah. So this thing here took a couple of years to put together. Boy, it was a lot of fun. I obsessed over it. So many details and so many words. It was a fun project to release. One thing that stood out was people's investment in it. When I ran out of money and couldn't manufacture the record, somebody came up with a large donation that said that this is too good to be to sit on the sidelines. Since then, I've been blessed to make a bunch of EPs. Round 2, Inspired, Saturday Sunrise. All in all, I've been making music for more than 10 years. And you guys have seen me go from behind the mic to in front, get married, move, have kids, and a whole lot more. I am deeply grateful for every ounce of support. So in that time, I was also going through personal growth, finding healing from some areas of my past, and recognizing through several spiritual experiences that the runaway was no longer an applicable name. There were a number of connotations and ways that you can spin that name, but I also felt quite clearly spiritually convicted that this name was not one for me to choose anymore. When you are trying to develop something in professional music, you work with consistent branding and you try and present a consistent message. The only consistent thing I had seen in 10 years of making music was that people knew my name, John Corbin. It was the thing that they would choose to call me, even on stage. There was no holistic adopting of the moniker The Runaway, but people knew who I was and they liked who I was. And as I started to process all of these things, I realized that it was really about being myself and coming to terms with myself or coming to peace with myself. And that's what I needed to express next. And then when I looked at my music, I saw that there was a wide variety of songs just sitting there expressing this journey. And all of that led to compiling that to work on this album, A New Direction. So A New Direction is a 10-song full-length album. It features collaborations and input from musicians, MCs, and producers from all up and down my 10 years of making music. Tony Stone, Ilseer, Eternia, Brett Clausen, a longtime friend and musician Jeremy Moyer, some newer friends like Jeremy Rodney Hall and Origin from Lost and Found. There's an exciting number of people that are on this record or have contributed to it. I'm reminded of when I was working on my first record and had some close friends say that this record's too good to be sitting on the sidelines. And that's exactly how I feel now. I've pushed myself to this limit and the record is complete. But I believe firmly that it needs a strong treatment to make it look like the record it deserves to be. And so for that, I'm turning to you, my friends and supporters. I'm looking to raise $2,000 to put towards a package for this record, to give it the celebration and send-off it deserves. With that money, I'll be looking to do a proper design treatment, manufacturing, any additional remastering for CDs, a website to get the message out there, and something I've never done before is I would love to make a music video. It's clear that I'm going in a new direction with my music and with my life, and I would really like this opportunity to celebrate the work that's been done over the last decade and a bit.